If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying the spring weather and everything that goes with it. My lilacs have bloomed. It's an amazing thing to step out my back door and be welcomed by that sweet fragrance of a million little purple flowers. All of a sudden, the earth just seems to have come back to life. I usually make lilac jelly with my harvested lilac, but I still have a few jars in my pantry, so this year I thought instead of trying to make lilac sugar to use in my baking or to sprinkle in my teas. I worked all day, so pardon the mess. I'm going to make some lilac sugar. Last year I made lilac jelly, and I still have a little of that left. I have probably 3 containers of that left, so I thought I'd try something different this year. I'll probably try to make peony jelly, and with the lilacs I'm going to make lilac sugar. So after I pluck all the little blossoms off, I'll give them a good soak and rinse. I want to try not to get any of the green in these, so it can just be the beautiful purple flower. You know, I've never made this before. One of my girlfriends sent me, I don't know if it was a short or a reel, and a woman was making lilac sugar to use for baking or to use in teas, and I just thought it might be interesting. It's very pretty. Lilacs are edible and can be used magically and medicinally, and like the flower can be used in soaps and shampoos for its astringent quality. The leaf and the root and the flower can all be used. Medicinally, it can lower fever, lessen anxiety, and be used for gastric issues. A tea is a great way to consume it. Magically, it can be used for protection, happiness, harmony, love, luck, and to attract. And it can enhance clairvoyance, and it can be used in hex breaking. So it's a well-rounded plant. So now I have a nice bowl of lilac blossoms, and I'll just wash them, give them a good rinse, let them dry, and then start layering it with sugar. So I'll just let these dry until tomorrow, and when I get home from work, I'm going to grab a couple mason jars, and I guess I just layer it, sugar, lilac, sugar, lilac, sugar, lilac. And after that sits for a few days, then I will put it in my food processor and grind it up and let it dry. We're cutting back our lilac this spring. We wanted to wait for her to bloom before we do that. The April snow of 2023 really hit her hard. She's just struggling with the weight of her branches, and now with the flowers on it, it's just hanging so low. I hate doing it because I love this bush so much, but it will be better for her to have a fresh start. Sometimes it's not about how something looks, but about what's in the best interest of that something. feeling really optimistic about the garden this year. We've had to make some changes to the garden to adapt to the changing climate. So like we're not planting a lot of the vegetables we normally plant, like cucumber and eggplant. They just didn't do well last year or the year before, and I can't grow a carrot to save my soul anymore, and it's frustrating as hell. So we're planting tomatoes because we always get tomatoes. Maybe not enough to can. I didn't get enough to can last year, so I had to purchase them from farmers. But yeah, we're going to plant tomatoes, and squash did really well, so we're planting squash. And I took 5 days off now to put in the garden. I do that every year. And last Saturday, my husband and I just went and picked up a load of the best compost. It's beautiful, beautiful Roseville compost. Much better than the East Side compost. So we turned the veggie garden and added the compost, and we're all ready to go buy our plants. I did plant a lot of seeds this year that I've been growing in the pantry, and it'll be nice to get them out of my pantry and into the ground, because they take up my whole counter. So that'll be nice to get those into the ground and let them take off. I'm so glad my husband is retired and helps me with the garden. I don't know how I used to do it alone all the time, and I'm glad he knows what a hard job it is. It's nice to have the help. And I think he secretly likes it, but I don't know that he did that. We have a full flower moon coming up on the 24th, and so I want to get all my planting done while the moon is still waxing, and be done with it on the full moon, and hopefully celebrate getting my garden in and celebrate the full moon with maybe some cacao and I don't know, maybe a fire. Feeling so much lighter than I did at this time last year. Last year I was going through some heavy shit, and the things that I usually enjoy were just, unenjoyable. I'm trying to be mindful of that and to really cherish the activities that bring me joy, like gardening and cooking and spending time in nature and my witchcraft and spiritual growth. I'm so grateful that the things that brought me to my knees last year are no longer an issue, and it's all behind me. And I'm back to the self I know, the strong and courageous and optimistic witch I am at my core. When I went to visit my sister in March, we were talking about strength, and she heard me say that I thought I was strong before last year happened, but I was wrong. She quickly corrected me and said that what I went through last year proves that I'm strong. She always knows the right thing to say. So I'm trying to leave all that in my past and forge ahead a stronger and more courageous and confident me than before. This summer won't be epic. I know it won't be perfect. Sometimes work will suck. Sometimes things will happen that are not expected, and it'll shake things up. Sometimes it might be really hard to be positive. All of that's okay, because sometimes things will be peaceful or exciting. Breakfast al fresco with my sister. And unexpected things will happen that are wonderful. Sometimes I will be high on this life and it will be easy to stay positive. Life ebbs and flows like the ocean tides. It waxes and wanes like the moon, sometimes dark and sometimes illuminated with so much light. It's just about June. June is always a very busy month for me. Both my husband and I were born in June. We were married in June. June is when the really serious gardening begins. And there's Girls' Weekend up at the lake in June. I love June. I love the summery weather, the sunshine, the rain showers, the thunderstorms. In June, I'm not yet weary from the heat and humidity. Wow, it's noisy. June is all of the good things about summer. But it's still May, and I'm not quite done with my spring clean. Strive to be happy. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. La 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 la. Tra la 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 la.